Hey, BC, it's Greeno. Time to do an update. Hadn't done one in a couple weeks. Definitely some new stuff coming in, just stuff I've been spinning. So, kind of show it all here real quick. Nothing major going on. Got a few things on order coming in, and definitely a lot more to show. It just never ends, I guess. But we're almost to the end of summer, halfway through August. Come on. Start cooling down, get some snow flying. Alright, so let's jump into it. Okay, let's get started. What's spinning in the background is Mandrake breaking out. Digging this. This is a high roller number 381. Band from Denmark. Never released an official anything, I guess, if I read this right. Kind of had never heard of them, but being on high rollers, kind of checked it out and went ahead and ordered it. These guys were active from 79 through 82. They did 3 demos, and basically this is a one 12-inch and one 7-inch. The 7-inch is a demo from 79 when they were actually called Zandacycle, I guess is how you say it, and they actually spell it different on the 7-inch. They added a T to it, so make it even harder. But I haven't checked out the 7-inch yet. I'm gonna drop the needle on it here in a minute. But very cool. It's side A is the 1980 demo, 4 tracks, and side B is the 1982 demo, and that's 5 tracks. What's interesting about this band is, like I said, from 79 to 82, and it kind of broke up because the main guy in the band, the guitar player, Cole Hamilton, I think, if I remember right, was the guitar player. Let me look here. Cole Hamilton, he actually left Mandrake and joined Witchcross, and total classic album, Fit for Fight. Band from Denmark. This came out in '84, and this was basically all they released for almost 30 years. They got back together and put out another album in 2013 or 2014 called Axe to Grind. And this is badass too. Really, really good album. And I'll be honest, I don't know how many original members is in this. I need to look, but either way, this blew me away when I picked it up there a year or two ago. But finding the connection to Witchcross on Mandrake, from Mandrake, was pretty cool, man, because I've always really dug this album. It's been reissued. It's probably out there floating around. This is an original from '84. But really liking this. I don't know how much you can hear of it. But like I said, from Denmark, they're definitely, you can hear that new wave of British heavy metal. You can hear like a little bit of early Priest and that kind of stuff in there. They're on the rock side of it. I mean, they're definitely leaning towards metal. There's some metal in here. But it's that new wave British heavy metal, kind of the rock side of it. But very cool. Very happy with this. So, I got like 4 CDs here real quick. I don't believe I've shown this one. The other three are completely new. So you got Iron Hawk to the point, and it's pretty killer. It's on Cult Metal Classics. They just redid it. Sounds fantastic. I've had this for a long time on a bootleg, basically. And these guys were out of Chicago. There's some pictures. They this is like 83, I believe. Really cool stuff, man. Just almost imagine American new wave of British heavy metal, kind of. Really dug that. Okay, and then the last three, actually all these are from 1985. And they're all just obscure old 80s metal, you know, the never-ending search for stuff I missed, never heard, obscure, whatever. Love to find this stuff on vinyl, but, you know, finding originals are, you know, slim to none. And I haven't seen vinyl reissues. I would love to find vinyl reissues of these. But anyways, first up is Paradox, Real Life and Beyond. And this is basically, Paradox was out of Minnesota. And like I say, these all come out in '85. And Real Life was the EP. But they also put an earlier demo and a later demo on here. So, really nicely done. And this is on Storm Spell. Very cool. Was just checking this out the other day. I just got these in not long ago. This was limited to like 500. But you can get it from Storm Spell. Cool label. Also got excuse me, Lynx, Caught in the Trap. No Remorse just reissued this on CD. Couldn't do it without getting too much glare. Very cool band from Sweden. I'd never heard this either. The cover definitely looked familiar, so I'm sure I've seen it online, you know, in one of the books I read when I'm looking up old 80s metal, whatever. But really dug this one more than the Paradox, actually. And last up, let's pull it out of here, is Presence, Rock Your Life. This band was from France. And again, 1985. And this is also on No Remorse. Just got reissued. I'd love to find this on vinyl. Just, you know, 3, actually 4, count Iron Hawk, examples of, you know, obscure 80s metal, man. Just always looking for this kind of stuff. Love this kind of stuff. Just wish more of it would come out on vinyl. It's great they're, you know, at least putting it out on CD or whatever, but man, would love to get all those on vinyl. Alright, forgot one CD. Had a friend selling some CDs. Grabbed a couple off of him. It's a Helicopters little box set. It's got 4 albums in it. It's got Super Shitty to the Max, and my 2 favorite, which are High Visibility and By the Grace of God, and then Rock and Roll is Dead. So, have all these, but Helicopters, you gotta pick up the Helicopters. Okay, a couple books, show you real quick. A couple new ones from Martin Popoff. Ordered them directly from him. The newest one, Who Invented Heavy Metal. And like I said, just got these and kind of building up for winter here. I got the Neat Records one yet to skim through it a little bit. But like I said, building up, waiting on the weather to get cold and do a bunch of crazy reading. And like always, when you order directly from Martin, he signs them for you, which is cool. Also got Live Magnetic Air, basically the Max Webster story. A lot of talk of Max Webster here lately in the VC. I was ordering the other book there and thought, I gotta grab this one too. And he signed that one too. Pop off, great guy. You know, I love all of his books. Just, yeah, he's out there writing for metalheads, you know. And this has been out for a while, and I actually wanted to get it. It was a little pricey. I finally came across a used copy. Murder in the Front Row. Nice hardback book. Basically about the Bay Area thrash scene, the early Bay Area thrash scene. It's not really about it. It's just pictures, basically. It's pretty killer. It's mainly Metallica. A lot of stuff you've never seen before, a lot of pictures I've never seen before. Like this one's killer. Got the Death Angel shirt on. But cool book. Like I said, I've been wanting to get it for a while, and finally found a copy used. So found that down in DC. Alright, let's get into some records finally. What's playing in the background? I'll just show it. I couldn't believe I found it on vinyl. I didn't think it was available on vinyl. Didn't like this album. When I originally got it on CD, it's Midnight Priest. And it's Midnight Steel is the name of the album. About 2014. Got it on the CD, excuse me, because it was out and I could not find it on vinyl. I don't think it was pressed on vinyl. If you go to the Metal Archives or whatever, what the hell's it called? Encyclopedia Metallium or whatever. They don't even list it as being on vinyl. So I got the CD, totally disappointed. I knew the band because I picked up their EP, came out 2011. They're from Portugal, and not in English. No big deal for me. I still dug it. I really, really like this EP. And I heard they had a new album out. Looked everywhere, broke down, got the CD. Just didn't like it. And at the time, I showed this before, and I talked about being disappointed with it. And I even said, it's like, it's not the songs and everything, it's just, it basically come down to the production. It just didn't sound good. It was thin. Popped up on vinyl. I liked the EP so much. It was like, I'm going to grab this. I found it at a really, really good price, even coming from overseas. Got the vinyl, dropped the needle. It was like, whole different album. This killer album. It sounds so much better than the CD. I don't know what the deal is with that CD, but I'll just say it's junk. If you can find the vinyl, grab it. Like I say, evidently pretty hard to find, pretty rare. I haven't found it anywhere else but this one place that I found this copy. So I don't know. It's not so much even a mixing thing, it's just a mastering thing. I think whenever they put it on disc, it's just thin and does not sound that good. But killer album. They have a video for a song called Hellbreaker. Check it out on YouTube. Really cool band, and they are now in English. So if non-English albums turn you off, but killer band, and their first EP is definitely worth checking out. Okay, up next, did a trade with Chris, Vinyl Transmission. Actually, this kind of got started right around when he first started making videos, and we finally got it done. Chris, hopefully you got your record by now. I haven't heard from you now. I need to shoot you an email, bro. Crazy week. Anyways, Chris contacted me and he's like, I know you dig this band, and I think you said you needed this album. And I was like, hell yeah, man. And it's a Japanese pressing. It's a debut album from Tease. Canadian hard rock, man. This is from '77. Been looking for this. Different cover on the Japanese version. And their first two albums are like insanely hard to find here in America anyways. He's in the ring. But killer. Just good. good hard rock, you know. I mean, it's not metal or anything like that. It's just good 70s hard rock and stuff, man. Thank you very much, Chris. I hope you enjoy what I sent you. Thought I would show the other tees in case you're not familiar with this band. Really cool band. I think they had their most success in Japan. A little bit, you know, I guess in Canada, of course, but mainly took off in Japan. Their second album was On the Loose. Yep. I finally, I got this off eBay last year sometime. And this is an original on Aquarius. Canadian label, which a lot of people are talking about now in the VC. But again, another killer album. Their first two albums are really good, both these two. And then they kind of tone it down a little bit. There's a April Wine connection. Somebody from the band, I think, produced some of their earlier stuff, if I remember correctly. And then their third album was One Night Stand. And now they're starting to get a little more commercial sounding. Still okay, not as good. The first two are the two, man. They're killer. And then, like I said, they went to Japan. Went over big. They did a double live album tour of Japan. Or excuse me, it's only a single. I was thinking it was a double. And this one you don't see too often either, really. And this is also on Aquarius. And that was 78. And then their last album was Bodyshots. This was like 80, I think. Yeah, 1980. Very cool band. If you've never heard Tees, yeah, check them out. Especially the first two, man. It's really cool. And then there was a compilation done, A Taste of Tees. This was on Heavy Metal America. This was probably mid-80s this was put out. You can see the year on here. I don't want to pull the vinyl out. Cool cover though, and cool back cover. But like I say, check out Tees if you've never heard. Okay, grabbed another stack, so let's get going. Drop the needle again on the Midnight Priest, just starting that side over. God, I love this album on vinyl. I cannot believe the difference from the CD. It's just amazing. Okay, first up, we got Guns N' Roses, New York, New York. And this is more of those, got a couple here on the Back on Black series they're doing, where they're doing old radio shows. And everything I picked up so far has been killer. I want to get some more of these. This is fantastic. This is one of my favorite things or favorite memories from MTV back in the day. If you're old enough to remember when Appetite for Destruction first came out, MTV played a concert from the Ritz in New York when they were still a small band, you know, just hitting the scene. They were known already, but, you know, they were coming up. And, man, they were so hungry, and it was such a good show. And this show's on YouTube, on YouTube, 3 or 4 versions or whatever. Go check it out. Hands down the best thing, the best period of Guns N' Roses. You know, I was kind of, after the debut, I lost it with them. I didn't get the whole 2 LP thing. What was the other one? Use Your Illusion, or whatever the hell it was. But anyways, this fantastic. Just a killer set. The band was just on fire, man. And it's one of the best concerts from back in the original MTV days when they still, yeah, played music, whatever. Yeah, we all know it sucks now. But really cool. And this 2 LP set, like I said, and this is available out there on a 1 LP set. And I might pick it up. I want to see what the difference is, because I love this show so much. And just see if, you know, there's an actual difference between putting it on 2 LPs and 1 LP. But this sounds great, and it's so worth picking up. Another one, picked up Rush, Spirit of the Airwaves. And this is live 1980 Missouri radio broadcast. see, this is right before the tour before moving pictures would come out, you know, and they were just, you know, explode. They were getting big already, but moving pictures just took them over the top, and, you know. But really good, sounds great. It's interesting to hear the set back then, you know what I mean? There's no Tom Sawyer, there's no Limelight, or, you know, any of the other hits that will come into the 80s. This is 70s Rush, man, and very good. Another 2 LP set. All these are 2 LP sets. And grab Blue Oyster Cult. It's Live in America, 1981, in New York. Again, very cool. Good show. Sounds fantastic. Just, they're a little more polished at this time. You know, it's 1981. Kind of like the more 70s sounding BOC, but still fantastic show. Totally worth checking out. A couple things I just pulled out to spin. These aren't new. Corey texted me the other day and was talking about some stuff, and he mentioned Powermad. And this is, I was like, yeah, I have that. And I couldn't remember if I had it, actually. So I went back in and it's like, yeah, there it is. Pulled it out, and of course I had to spin it. So it's The Madness Begins, Powermad. Just, wow, killer. What is this, 90? I can't read. My eyes are so bad. No, 88. Wow, I was thinking this was a little bit older. Or a little bit more into the 90s. Anyways, fantastic thrash album. If you've never heard this, definitely check them out. And they had another album. This is kind of an EP, really. I can't remember the name of the other album. It's a white cover. And I'm not as familiar with that one. I think it came out after this one. But Powermad, very, very cool. And I just hadn't spun these for a while, so Doc and Tooth and Nail, we all know Doc, and we all know my love for Doc, and Under Lock and Key. Those I just pulled out the spin. Came across this. What's going on with the Canadian rock, man? It's like hitting the VC. Found the first April Wine. And what is this on? Big Tree Records. And I believe this is a different cover, right? So this is like a different version. Originally on Bell. Or distributed by Bell. 1972. Cool album. Like, half a cool album. There's some stuff on here I could do without. But some real good stuff on here also. I've never seen this in a while, and I was actually in this shop, I don't know, last weekend, a couple weeks ago, I can't remember, flipping through the Just In stuff, and there it was. I was like, you kidding me? What's with all the Canadian VC stuff right now? Alright, next, found a cheap copy of this. I think I already have a copy, but it was like $3, so I grabbed it. That's Grace Under Pressure. Kind of had a Rush thing going on here lately. And actually, I found this a while back. It's been sitting in the Just In piles. So, killer album. You know, we're into the 80s here. Keyboards are definitely setting in. It's a different era of Rush, but I like some of it. I definitely like the 70s stuff better. Up into Moving Pictures. Had this for a while, and finally spun it. Diamond. Can't remember where these guys were from. They were American. Maybe New York. Very cool. Not as kind of glammy, hair metal-y looking as it would make you think. But pretty cool album, man. It's kind of surprised me. I mean, I picked this up a while back and finally spinning it. Another one pulled out just to hear. Wake Me When It's Over, Faster Pussycat. Just, man, their first 2-3 albums are just, they were a fantastic band. that whole street rock, gypsy metal, whatever you want to call it, that junky LA sound, man. Just great band. This I think I've shown before, but it's good. We'll show it again. It's Actor, Paranoia. Man, this is a kick-ass album. It's Chris from High Spirit. Thing he did with a couple other guys. It's in that vein. If you like High Spirit, you won't like this. This is just a killer album, man. That dude is on fire right now. So, I think that's it for right now. Actually, hold on. I found some punk stuff. I'll show you that real quick. Haven't spun with maybe one or two of them, but we'll go ahead and show them while we're doing this. Okay, so like I said, a couple weeks ago, I went into a local shop and was digging through the newer stuff and found all this cool punk stuff. And while I'm in there, somebody had traded some other things in, and the dude's like, "Come here, you need to check through these." Not a bunch I was interested in, but a couple things. But what was weird, everything I bought, the person that just traded stuff in while I was in there, I believe was their mother had passed away. And it was kind of scary because it was total 80s stuff. Early 80s into the mid 80s, kind of. Late 70s. But anyways, it was like, wow, this person must have been around my age. And then come find out all the other punk stuff I had pulled out of the bins was traded in by the brother of somebody who had passed away. And I was like, wow, are we getting to that point? Am I that old? You know, and actually we're getting to that point where that's where, you know, good records show up, man, when somebody passed away, which is awful. But I was talking to George about that the other day. It's like, man, it's so hard to find good stuff now, you know, original old used stuff, that it's like somebody's almost got to die for them to come back into the market. But yeah. Anyways, it's just kind of weird. But from the guy that traded stuff in while I was there, whose mother had died, I found 2 albums. Found a repress of The Damned. I've had this on CD forever, but just this hardly ever pops up. I may have seen it a couple times just in shitty shape and still expensive. But this thing's like mint. It's beautiful, and it looks like it's an 80s repress. It's on orange vinyl. I haven't looked it up. Probably won't. Don't really care. I know it's definitely from the 80s. But cool album. Always dug that. And I completely love this album. Came across it years ago. A friend actually found it and turned me on to it. And I found it on vinyl probably 4 or 5 years ago, but found another even in better condition, so I went and grabbed it. It's the Munks, Bad Habits. And this is from like 79. 1979. And these guys were Canadian. But this is, if you would drop the needle on this, it's full-on English punk, even with the English accent and everything. There was a couple dudes, God, I can't remember, the Straubs or, I don't know. It was a bigger band. One or two of the guys was involved with this band. And actually, I think they still get back together up in Canada and do shows every once in a while. But they did 2 albums. Second album's okay. This album is freaking great, and it's done with a sense of humor. You know, it's just good. Like, you have songs like Nice Legs, Shame About Your Face, Skylab, Being from the Munks, Inner City Kitty, Drugs in My Pocket, Johnny B. Rotten. Just, it's a good, fun album. If you've never checked these dudes out, do you say? Okay, that was it from the trade-in from that dude. And then came across these, and I hadn't been in a shop in like 2 months, man. And the guy said, man, there was a ton of these, and yeah, most of them's gone. But what I did, I grabbed all of them that were basically left. And he cut me a good deal on everything. They range from like, I don't know, $8, $10, $12 in there. But he cut me a good deal, and actually had some credit going. So anyways, these are part of It's called American Lost Punk Nuggets. It's a collection, or a series this label in Italy did. The label is Rave Up Records. Rave Up Records. But it's all this kind of these rare bands from the late 70s, maybe like 80, 81, right in there. And a lot of them just did a single or two, and that was it. But what they will do, will take whatever they put out, single-wise or EP-wise, whatever, and then they found other stuff like live recordings or demo recordings, practice recordings, whatever. Some of those can be sketchy on the 2 or 3 that I've listened to, but the single or whatever, the official stuff sounds fantastic. And it's just that good 70s punk, you know, before you got into hardcore and all that stuff. So, first up, Lost Reactors, Dead in the Suburbs. And like I say, I haven't checked these out. Actually, I got a couple more to grab over here that I have checked out. So we'll go through these first then. Then we have the Violators Gun Control. And you can see here they're numbered. Like this is number 28 in the series. This is number 8 in the series. And I know nothing about these. I picked them up just you know, to learn, and I dig that era of punk. Tasers, don't classify me. This might be getting into the hardcore era, but we will find out. Skunks, Earthquake Shake. Number was this? Number 17. Then we have Chainsaw, We Are Not Very Nice. These guys almost look like they border on a little metal or something. Very excited. I want to check this one out. Then we have the Lubricants, number 35 in the series. Man, I'd love to get all of these, but they sell out quick. I checked out their website, and most of them are just impossible to find. Shoot Yourself, Dry Heaves. So I guess it's the Dry Heaves, Shoot Yourself. And this is Contenders, Backstabbers, Live in the Big Sleazy. So I don't know if this was 2 different bands or one band under 2 names. Yeah, changed their name at some point, but we'll find out. Then there was a couple more, hold on. Then number 32 in the series is Commandos, Fight to Win. And I have checked this out. Kind of Ramones-y sounding, believe it or not. Ramones Pistols kind of mix. And then, not part of the series, but I think it was the same label. Let's look here. Nah, different label. This is Big Star Rolling Records out of Italy. Same country, different label. His Mercenary God, Burning Generation. Killer cover, man. Come on, you can't pass that up. And number 3 in the series, The Features, Floozies of the Neighborhood, which is a killer track. So, that ended up being an expensive day. You know, just all basically that from that Rave Up label, other than 1 or 2. But man, I couldn't pass those up. I never see that stuff in the shop, and man, it killed me. It's like, what did I miss? I've been staying out of the shops, and here somebody trades in a huge punk collection, of course. So, all right. Anyways, VC, that's it. Hopefully this thing isn't going to be too long, but I've got a feeling it's going to. So, later.